This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, the NYPD Sergeants Benevolent Association Executive Board is going to continue for another term as they were unanimously nominated to continue. And that includes our next guest, the president of the NYPD Sergeants Benevolent Association. Congrats, Vinny Vallelong.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
And I understand the whole board got reelected.
Yeah, we did. It's been a lot of work the past 4 years, and I can tell you that the board did a fantastic job. With we went through with contract and just keeping up the everyday working environment for our men and women. I mean, that's the most important thing.
Well, you guys do a great job and represent so many of them. It's so important. Tell us what you think of the budget today, the handshake that happened between City Council, and we saw it with City Council Speaker Julie Menon and New York City Mayor Zora Mandani. You feel it falls woefully short for the NYPD and for public safety.
This is ridiculous. I mean, what else do they have in store for us if this is what they're going to present the first 4 or 5 months into their terms? A budget is supposed to balance the books. It's supposed to make things better, for your checkbook or whatever it is, at least in your household. And you're supposed to prioritize where money goes so you can keep things up and work in working order. And that's exactly what they didn't do. I mean, the agreement that they made today is going to cost the city. It's going to cost the people of the city a lot. They're defunding the men and women who keep the city safe every single day, and it's a product that the citizens and the business people of this city deserve when they pay their taxes. I say shame on the speaker, shame on the city council, for not standing pat against the mayor. He promised 500 plus new cops, and basically overnight that all disappeared, and they're all okay with that. So I don't understand how this makes any sense. They can freeze rent for 2 years, but in reality they can't freeze violent crime, which is it's going to tick up as soon as summer starts.
Yeah, talk about what this means to public safety, Vincent Vallelong with the Sergeants Benevolent Association. What does it mean for the community if they don't have more officers coming in?
I don't think it makes a difference really to city council what it means to the community. The community's screaming for more cops. The community's screaming for less crime. And it's not just the major crimes. They're screaming for the petty crimes that are going on and making everyday life difficult for them. And when you have police officers and sergeants and every rank that are doing these extended tours, at some point in time, you only can bend so much before you break. And the men and women of this job are exhausted right now. And people can try and candy coat it all they want, but the reality of it is, at some point in time, they're just going to be coming to work and doing the minimal that they can do because they don't have the energy in order to get this job done. We don't have the people, we don't have the resources, and what they're doing now is just stretching everything very thin.
Vincent, when I ran for mayor, I advocated that for firemen and policemen should have affordable housing to live within the 5 boroughs. Because, if I owned a building, I'd rather have 5 or 10 of your guys in the building.
Yep.
I mean, and I've said that to all the politicians. I think that's, and not only that, then you could vote. Right now, what percentage of your cops live outside the 5 boroughs?
There's probably a big percentage. Off the top of my head, I don't have that number, but they try and get as far away as the city as possible, and maximize their earnings in order to have a better life.
Yeah, because they can't afford it, right? Is the point,
yeah, but
right?
you can balance it out if you give them affordable housing.
No, exactly. But as it is now, without that, it's too hard for them, right?
Yes, and they don't listen. The city council members do not want the more cops living inside the city itself, because then it's going to wind up being votes against them.
Yes.
So they're never going to go for anything like that. I mean, you have Caban that posted on social media that she's happy that there's no more police, that we're getting rid of the 500 plus police officers. There's no need for them. Well, you know what? At some point in time, when they come knocking on her door, and I'm not talking about the cops, I'm talking about the other part of society that's out to steal and rob. Let's see who she calls at that point in time.
Vinny, it's Judge Richard Weinberg. As you may recall, she came within a few votes of being elected DA in Queens, if you remember correctly.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay, what a disaster that would have been for the people of Queens. This is somebody who's anti-police, anti-quality of life, anti-law enforcement, anti-public safety, and she came within a hair's breadth of being DA in Queens County. What a disaster. And for her to take a victory lap on the failure of the city council and the mayor to cut a deal to have more cops is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't allow for the fact that people are on vacation, people are retiring. You have to have the police classes filled. You have to have full strength. When not everybody who's on the payroll is out on the streets, you need both the perception and the reality of cops out there if you're going to have public safety.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep playing this game. You're going to be playing catch up with trying to get people to take this job while the experienced people walk out the door, and you're going to be left with a bunch of cops that really aren't being trained by, in the best way that they can by the senior officers, and having a lot of knowledge passed to them before they eventually do leave the job. These city council members, I mean, again, we talked about this before. I mean, elections have consequences. Luckily for the people in Queens, they weren't stuck with her as their DA.
Yeah, thank God.
Vincent Vallelong, the president of the Sergeants Benevolent Association, thank you so much, and keep fighting for our people.